why you can't lose belly fat and the one exercise you've been ignoring. So, belly fat, easy to gain, feels impossible to lose, right? You've probably tried everything. Workouts, eating clean, cutting carbs, cardio, yet that bit around your stomach just isn't budging. So before I give you the answer to the best exercise, let's just clarify one thing. As far as we know today, there is no specific way to target one area of your body to lose fat over another. Think of it this way, your body has fat stores. When you have to go in to your fat stores, you have no choice in which part of your body you take the fat from. So if you want to lose belly fat, you have to lose fat in general. But what is the best exercise to lose fat and thus belly fat? So to answer this, let's start at the beginning. Back in 1997, a very clever man, Dr. Bashar, discovered that your genetics decide where you lose fat from first. And unfortunately, most of the time, belly fat is usually last in line. Most people's bodies are wired to hold fat around your midsection for as long as possible. However, if you burn more calories than you eat, your body will eventually dip into those belly fat reserves. You just have to stay consistent long enough to see it happen. So I used to think cardio was the solution. Go for a run, start swimming, jump on the air bike, but let's break it down. A 30-minute run burns around 360 calories. So do that 3 times a week and you're racking up 56,000 calories burnt, or roughly 7 kilograms of fat, 16 pounds of fat. Sounds great, right? But here's the problem. Most people tap out way long before then. Studies show dropout rates for cardio programs hit around 20%. And from what I've actually seen, it's probably a lot higher than that. When I was cutting weight for a fight, I used to smash HIIT workouts, go for long runs, and it worked. But it was brutal, I hated it, I felt knackered, and it was mentally grueling. And there is absolutely no chance I could sustain that over the long term. So, what is the answer? The reason you clicked onto this video, the #1 exercise for fat loss. So, drum roll please. Walking. Yep, that's it. Walking is the best exercise for fat loss. Now, before you click off this video, hear me out. I know what you're thinking, Javid, there's no chance I'm gonna get a 6-pack going for a walk. But let's have a look, shall we? A 2021 meta-analysis, fancy word of saying study of studies, found that low-intensity cardio, like walking, gets the same results as high-intensity stuff. Well, hey, turns out your body doesn't actually care where you burn calories from. A 77 kilogram person walking around 3 miles an hour burns around 200 calories an hour. So let's say they walk for 3 hours a week, half an hour every day with a lay-in on Sunday. That's 600 calories burnt. Might not sound like a lot, but over a year, that's 31,000 calories. Or 4 kilograms of fat, so 4 of these. That's without you ever having to lace up your ASICS running trainers. And it's not just theoretical. Studies have shown people who walk for 2.5 hours a week will lose about 1.5 kilograms every 12 weeks. It works because you actually stick to it. Great, so how can you take this information and actually apply it? Well, obviously start walking, but here's the best way to approach it. #1, track your steps. You can't manage what you can't measure. Best thing to do is get some sort of wearable device, some sort of watch, something off Amazon. This will just save you having to take your phone everywhere you go. #2, find your baseline. How many steps are you averaging a day at the moment? 6,000, 4,000, 1,000? Cool, we need a starting point. Now, add 2,000 more steps, that's 20 minutes of walking, and then set a target of 2,000 more steps of what you currently do a day and aim to hit that. Gradually increase, and once you have hit that and you're comfortable, you've done that for say a week, then up it by 1,000 and then start the process again. Keep doing this until you work your way up to 8 to 10,000 steps a day. One thing I would say is make sure you start small and break up the steps. If you're currently doing 3,000 steps, don't think you're gonna go out and smash 10,000 steps every day, first thing in the morning before the sun's even out at the beginning. Break it up. Maybe a 10-minute walk before work, after work, on your lunch, park further away, take the stairs, all the stuff you've probably heard before. But it's these little things that will add up. The reason this is the #1 exercise for fat loss is because walking works. Fits in well with your real life, anyone can do it, you won't dread it, you won't quit after a month, and that's the secrecy, consistency. Now, look, walking is great, but if you're eating more calories than you're burning, it's not gonna matter. A 1-hour walk burns the same calories as a slice of pizza. Fat loss will always be a result of you being in a calorie deficit, and that ultimately comes from your diet. but walking does massively supplement this. Now, if you need help putting it all together, nutrition, training, habits, and everything else, as a reward for staying till the end of the video, I'd love to jump on a 10-15 minute call with you and just have a chat to show you what's been working for my clients and help you put a roadmap in place. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, I'll put a link in the description and you can book on. Or just drop me a message on LinkedIn or Instagram and we'll get something booked in. If you found this useful, helpful, make sure you subscribe to this channel so I know this is the sort of content you like. And I'll see you in the next one.